All right. Yo, what's happening, people? It's your boy Michael, and welcome back to Griggs Talks, where we talk all things sports. And it's time. We've all been waiting for the last 4 years. It's World Cup season. So, you know what time it is. It's the World Cup preview. But I couldn't just do the World Cup preview by myself. I had to bring a guest. And I got one of my favorite Twitter accounts. He's going to be going crazy over the next month in the World Cup. I know he's prepping his history tweets right now. He's probably going digging into the history books back to 2500 BC. It's my guy Tosin, aka Nigerianscamss on Twitter of CBS Sports and the Shirtless Plantain Show, which is a sick podcast. And I know you guys got merch and everything. So how are you, bro?
I'm good, man. Just praying for the World Cup. It's stress. I feel like a lot of people understand when you're working like social, it's so much preparation. It's stressful, but I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Obviously, neither of our countries are in the World Cup, so we're going to be watching it from a hateful perspective. Rooting for play.
Absolutely. But I want Brazil to win. Selfishly, I need a Brazil win.
Me and you both.
I think for Neymar's legacy, it's great. Obviously, Cristiano and Messi, they need a World Cup legacy. But I just think it's been a long time, man. It's like 20 years last time Brazil won a World Cup. Some people who like grew up and never knew Brazil was Brazil. So I think it's time that, they win. So.
Yeah, I did a TikTok on it yesterday. I talked about they haven't won in 20 years. For them, that must feel like a lifetime. For us, winning one World Cup would be the ultimate dream. But for them, it's every 4 years. If they don't win it, it's a failure. But yeah, so we're going to be doing the preview, talking about every team, certain players that we're out looking to watch, and eventually our winners, even though we just said we both have the same team. But yeah, let me pull up the bracket real quick. There we go. So obviously, Group A, we have the host Qatar. We have Senegal, Ecuador, and Netherlands. What are your initial thoughts on this group?
It's a lot harder than people think it is. Obviously, a lot of people haven't watched Qatar play. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm an expert on Qatar, but I've watched the other three teams play. Senegal is probably the best team on the African continent. The only thing is Mane is not healthy. No matter how you want to slice it, they can say he's not healthy. We know that. Ecuador is going to surprise a lot of people. I think outside of Africa, CONMEBOL is the hardest place to qualify from. It is just rounds and rounds of hell. And they got a good team. They got Saicedo, got another guy at Brighton. And Valencia is still going. But they're really good. Like a lot of people they might not score the most goals. They're going to give you hell. Like they're going to push you in hell. And Netherlands are a lot better than what people think they are. That 3-5-2 they do with Memphis, Bergwijn, and Gakpo is very, very sick. Koopman is in midfield with Frankie. And yeah, the back three kind of picks itself. Ake, Van Dijk, and I forgot who the left center back is. Timber, yeah. It just kind of picks itself. So, I mean, it's going to be a lot better of a group than people think it is. I think Qatar is going to shock a lot of people for the good or the bad. I don't know how they're going to shock people. They will. But, yeah, I mean, when I looked at the group, I think a lot of groups are a lot harder than people look on paper, right? Like, football's played on the pitch. Obviously, we can take a look at the paper, but I think it's going to be a lot harder than people think it's going to be.
Yeah, for the Netherlands, obviously, did you think that, obviously, Dan Juma didn't get selected, which I think came as a shock to me? Were you shocked when you didn't see him and like someone like Vincent Janssen get selected over him?
Yes and no. I mean, like I said, I have to watch a lot of games for work. I watched a lot of Janssen for PFV, and he's been killing it, man. Like he's been doing well. I'm just shocked that Dungeon was not there. But again, this is something I said about a lot of Nigerian players who are eligible to play. These European teams don't give a fuck about you. Excuse that French. Like I knew Danjuma wasn't going to end up going to the World Cup. I just kind of had a feeling it wasn't going to happen for him. Same thing with Fakayo, same thing with Tammy. I'm not really shocked when these things happen, but listen, Danjuma's 26, 27, 25 around there. So
yeah,
he might have one more time to go to the World Cup, but that hurts, man. Like he's slowly coming to form. He hasn't been the best Danjuma we've seen, especially the one that tore up that low, but listen, LVG's a weirdo, man. Nothing he does surprises me. He could have called up Patrick Kluivert. I would have been surprised. So LVG's a weird guy.
Yeah, obviously Senegal. We talked about Mane. Obviously Senegal is Africa's. Everyone going to tournament. Obviously, we all know the African curse that no African team has ever made the semifinal of the World Cup. Everyone had Senegal as the best hope to finally break that kind of rut. Even without Mane, do you think that they could still make somewhat of a push, or do you think that no Mane might curse them even in the group stages?
I mean, they struggle to score goals even with Mane in the side. Very talented team on paper. Some of the players could be playing for France. Extremely talented team, but they struggle for goals without Mane. So I'm looking like where are the goals going to come from? Like obviously, Keita Balda's there. We know some other players that are there, but it's just like where are the goals coming from for Senegal? That's just my thing. Is like without Mane, who's your talisman, like where are the goals coming from? Where's the creativity coming from? So It's up to Alusise to decide, man. He's been at the World Cup before as a coach. He's been there as a player, so he knows what he has to do. So
Yeah, I think for them also, you have to look at Koulibaly and Edouard Mendy are not in the best of form at Chelsea right now. Edouard Mendy lost his spot to Kepa, who we all thought was the biggest flop in Premier League history in terms of goalkeeper. And obviously, Koulibaly has not adjusted from life from Naples to London. Some would even say that Napoli upgraded with Kim Min-jae. That's what some people say. You never know. But
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about them later during the last group. But yeah, if you had to pick 1 through 4, what would you do?
Netherlands, Ecuador, Senegal, and Qatar.
I do actually like Ecuador. Obviously, we all know Moises Caicedo. We were supposed to buy him, but God forbid Ed Woodward does any sensible business in life. Obviously, Estupiñán you mentioned. I did an article for their player to watch out. Hincapie, I think you pronounce his name, from Bayer Leverkusen. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's a good center back. And Ener Valencia, I have heard that he's actually the leading goal scorer in the Super League in Turkey. I did not know that.
He's killing it. They also have Yeremy Sarmiento from Brighton, who's a fucking dynamite. I love Yeremy Sarmiento.
Brighton are low-key raiding Ecuador.
They're just going through South America and just getting whoever they want. So I mean,
they know the vision. They see the vision. They said F England. They said England hype. Let's go get all the internationals. They know what's up.
Yeah, Hincapie's very good though. The kid from Leverkusen is very, very good. And they're a young team, man. They got a lot of young talented players mixed with some older players. So I mean, they're gonna be one to watch out for. I don't know where the goal's gonna come from. I don't know if Ener Valencia's gonna be doing things, but hey.
He running in the back like it's 2014 for him. Yeah. And Group B. Some would say this is a very controversial group in terms of off the field issues, but we're not going to get into that. This is a football show.
I'm going to have so much fun with this group.
This group was tailor-made for you. Some would say that you were picking the group in the outside the pot.
100%. I was the one stirring the pot. Yeah, that was definitely me.
Let's start with USA since we both live in America. Obviously, very controversial selection by Greg Berhalter. Not everyone's cup of tea in terms of coaching. He's a very vibes coach. He dresses up like he's American, that's for sure, with his Jordans on.
Hey man, my guy's always in Nike Tech.
Men's sportswear. What were your initial thoughts on seeing that striker situation, especially because we like Ricardo Pepi, Jeremy Pifak? Those are the 2 most informed strikers, but they selected a guy. I don't even know who the hell they selected. I don't know that guy. Ferreira, I think his name is. Yeah, what were your initial thoughts on that?
Plays for SC Dallas. I mean, I wasn't shocked. I was just more so just kind of like, dang, I wish Ricardo Pepi went. He's 19. He'll get another shot in 4 years when the World Cup's here. Jordan Pifak, I mean, he's gonna be 30 next World Cup, 29 around there. So I mean, I hope he gets time, but it sucks for him. Obviously, Jossie Zadeh is not really a shock. He's not been that good. So I mean, none of these players really shocked me that they didn't get called. The only person I wish was there was Malik Tillman. He's been doing pretty well for Rangers. Kind of one of the standout players. Him and James Sand kind of being standout. But I mean, the team sort of picked itself. I mean, again, when it comes to World Cup qualifiers, I think a lot of people, and we'll talk about this with Brazil as well, people don't realize these are players who have been playing for the last 2 or 3 years and then here. So it's very few players are going to shock the team unless you're doing some sort of you're in ridiculous form. So yeah, I'm trying to pick this off. I'm really happy for my boy Kellen Acosta though. I mean, Kellen, when we spoke to him, it was 2020, I think. Kellen hadn't been called up to the U.S. men's national team 18 months. And had fast forward 18 months later, this guy is now on the national team, won LAFC, looking to go to Europe. So I'm very happy for Kellen. He deserves this. So, I mean, I like the U.S. team, man. I'm shamelessly really like this team. There's some players on there that I just think that, I think the world of them. So I'm excited to see how USA gets along. And one last thing, I actually like both their jerseys. I don't care what anyone says.
I know we saw that on Twitter, yeah.
I like that jersey. It reminds me of the 04 one. I have a Freddie Adu one of the 04 one, so it reminds me of that a lot. So
yeah, obviously, my thoughts, obviously, for me, USA, if they're going to win games, it's in the midfield. That's their strength. Obviously, Weston McKennie at Juventus, he's been pretty good this season. Our boy Yunus Musa, we both call him the franchise player. It's not Christian Pulisic, that's for sure.
Yunus, man. Yunus is... That midfield three kind of picks itself, right? It's Eunice, Weston, and Tyler. Tyler sits in the base, Weston is box to box, and Eunice kind of be a little bit further up because he's a little bit more creative on the ball than the other two. But midfield kind of picks itself for me. If you're gonna go 4-3-3, I don't know what Greg is gonna do. I don't think Greg knows what he's gonna do.
Never know. Obviously, Anthony Robinson's been really good for Fulham this year. He's been one of their best players. So USA still got a squad, but it is going to be a tough group because I think for this group, the way England have been playing lately, any team can top this group unless England pull up in some like they did in the previous 2 tournaments. So transition to England. Obviously, the big name that got involved that finally made it was James Madison. Southgate pretty much got forced into picking him because if he didn't, it would have been World War III in England if he didn't get picked. So how happy are you that James Madison got selected for England?
Not gonna play, but I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm definitely happy he's there. I mean, I'm just happy Marcus Rashford's in and got his number. So
we kept number 11 franchise. They thought they were gonna take our number away.
Nah, Marcus is there. I'm just kind of shocked Conor Gallagher is there, but I mean, whatever, man. He's gonna run around like he's pot. I think like who else is gonna beat it? Like maybe James Ward-Prowse with 3 kicks, but you know, the England team just kind of again is one of those things.
Pick yourself.
Yeah, like people are like, oh, why is Harry there? Again, you go to 2-3 years ago, Harry plays better for England than does for United. Someone that Gareth Southgate trusts a lot. And also, you know, I love Fikayo. Fikayo has not been that good for Milan this season. I know I watch a lot of Serie A, and like Fikayo's been very, very shaky this year. Tammy too. Tammy just started scoring towards the end of the break. But again, these teams kind of picked itself. We all wanted Ivan Toney there, but we all saw what he did. 232 bets. So my guy, you're wild. You're a big wilder. So it is what it is with this team, man. It all really kind of rolled itself out.
Yeah, that was messing 232. He might actually get suspended for the whole season. I don't know what they're gonna do with him. It's not gonna be good for Ivan Toney or Brentford.
He's 26, man. Like he's a long time to be fucking around. So,
that's. But yeah. I mean, I think I tweeted for Tomori. The moment that he left to Serie A, I think he should have considered his nationality change, declare for Nigeria or even Canada, which he was eligible for, because Southgate don't watch international football. He only watches Prem.
But he barely watches the Prem. So
he barely watches the Prem. Think about it. Jadon Sancho was dropped in 2020 at Dortmund, and he barely got selected. Jude Bellingham's a generational talent, so if he didn't get selected, Southgate would have get punched up by the FA regardless. So Tomori, and he failed his audition against Chelsea. Not the best of performances he put against them.
That boy was bad in both legs. Was he?
So yeah, he didn't clutch up for that. But yeah, England, I think they'll top the group because I don't think the other teams are strong enough. But come round of 16, if Ecuador or Senegal, Mane gets healthy and they put up, England might get bounced out because I don't really like that team. I don't like their midfield balance. I don't think Jude and Declan Rice is a good midfield too, in my opinion. I think both of them are 8s. So where's the control? They don't got any tempo setters. This is where you need Paul Scholes and Michael Carrick, but England fans hate them.
Yeah. I think Wales might shock some people too. I mean,
Last Dance, Gareth Bale, the clutchest player.
Gareth Bale, probably the greatest British player ever. They're gonna have Kiefer Moore as their target man, all 6'5" of him, 6'6". How tall Kiefer Moore is? Yeah, 6'5". So listen, man, they might shock some people. Ramsey's there, Joe Allen's there, one last run. Harry Wilson's there, so they got some talent there. Brendan Johnson, who I like from Nottingham Forest. So we'll see how they do, but I just think at the end of the day, it's going to be England, USA that gets out the group, and Iran's going to be last. But Iran does have some talent on their team. So, just be careful from Taremi. Taremi's going to give somebody hell. So,
and their coach is obviously someone that we're both familiar with, Carlos Queiroz. So that guy plays the meanest low block. We also saw what happened with Egypt and AFCON. They played the stinkiest football. They made Greece 2004 look like Pep Guardiola football. That's how good. That's how nasty that football was. So it ain't going to be easy. But like Gareth Bale is interesting because I don't like to count out Gareth, but we saw with LAFC in the MLS final. This guy has been riding bench playing golf in Beverly Hills, but that one final he pulled up and just scored a header out of nowhere. So
that's just how he is, man. Gareth Bale don't give a damn about nothing but breaking people's hearts and playing golf. All he does, all day.
Yeah. All right.
Next group.
Group C. This is kind of a group that we're going to be getting up at 5 a.m. to watch Argentina, Saudi Arabia next week. That ain't going to be fun. But
I'm going to do it anyway.
We're going to do it anyway. So let's start off with Argentina. Obviously, one of the favorites, even though some of the betting odds don't have them. But for me, they're the hottest team in form. They haven't lost a game in like so long. And obviously, it is the last dance of one of the GOATs in Lionel Messi. Yeah. How good is this Argentina actually? And do you think this is Lionel Messi's best Argentina team in terms of balance?
100%. Easy as the best team he's ever had. Maybe the 06 team would have been up there. But Messi was a baby then. I wish he played more. That's another conversation another day. Messi should have played in the quarterfinals. But this is the most balanced team he's played with. I mean, you got Lautaro there. I mean, Messi now is more of a playmaker now, and he still can score goals as you saw today when they won 5-0. Granted, it was United Emirates, but you can still see that they got the talent there. I mean, getting Carrera off the bench is insane. He's been he's been doing things for Inter, and Enzo Fernandez on the bench. So they got the talent there. I think Argentina and Brazil are kind of like the runaway favorites for the World Cup. You can flip a coin between who you think is going to win. But I think Argentina's going to top this group. Mexico are very disappointing. They left off Santi Jimenez, and they left off another guy. I forgot his name. But yeah,
Linus. I think Diego Linus.
Yeah, so Mexico's kind of disappointing, man. It's just like, yo, you guys are doing a lot of stink stuff over there. But I think Argentina and Poland are like be the first two out. And
yeah, I agree with you. Obviously, Mexico have a streak that they've made the round of 16 every World Cup since '94. So, but I think that streak finally ends. Like Raul Jimenez is playing striker. That guy's had CT for the last 2 years. Respectfully to him,
it's not good. It's not good at all. And like Poland has Matty Cash, which is the funniest thing in the world to me. Like I don't know how the fuck Matty Cash is playing for Poland, but it's making it work. So.
Oh, yeah. I think Matty Cash Zaluski from Roma is like their wing back, which is actually a pretty good wing back combo when you really think about it. Obviously, Lewandowski's going to be there. He needs to make a World Cup knockout stage because if he retired without making a World Cup knockout stage, interesting, uncomfortable conversations have had to be had about Lewandowski. So I agree with you on the Argentina-Poland. As my thoughts on Argentina team, obviously, Romero's apparently injured still, so we're actually going to see our butcher play, Lisandro Martinez. I forgot that Otamendi starts for them over Lisandro. I completely forgot about that.
Oh my God, Nicolas Otamendi, that is a name and a half. I've not heard of Otamendi in a while.
But yeah, Lisandro's going to play finally. I actually, for selfish reasons, I don't want him to play. I need him rested for United's second half of the season. I don't care about what he does for Argentina, but if he does win the World Cup, that's narratives we could push. Virgil van Dijk, by the way, we're coming for you.
Yeah.
So, well, no, but yeah, obviously Argentina are a stacked team. Julian Alvarez scored today. I think he scored the first goal. He's going to be getting more minutes. He got the number 9. So if you're going to get the number 9, that means you're going to be a big factor. So I'm excited to see him. And obviously Messi. Di Maria, I know you saw that volley that he scored today. That guy, for Argentina, he's one of the most underrated players when he puts that Argentina jersey on.
It's not even Argentina. He's just underrated in general.
True.
So, yeah, he's a very, very good player. That guy is.
Yeah. Let's go with that. And Saudi Arabia, honestly, I can't even name you a player on that team, respectfully to them.
But again, it's just like that's the sort of surprise he's welcome to throw at you. It's like Saudi Arabia might just mess around and get second. We don't ever know anything about this, That's the thing that people don't bet on football because you're gonna mess around and find out Saudi Arabia and then Qatar now in the round of 16. So
yeah, don't be like Ivan Toney, people. Don't be like Ivan Toney. Group D, this is a group that World Cup curse. The winner curse, as everyone likes to call it. Do you think that we could see a 2002 repeat?
I don't know, man. I just feel like France and Denmark are just so much stronger than Australia and Tunisia, on paper at least. Again, we say football's played in the pitch, but like France can tout out like whatever team they want against these two, and like they'll probably end up beating both of them. It's just when they play against Denmark, it's going to be tough. Denmark's one of those teams, and I hate using the dark horse term because they're not, because they made the
semifinal.
Semifinal, yeah. So they're a really good team. I mean, we all know that. I mean, if you don't know that Denmark's good by now, then like, okay, that's down to you. When I saw Tunisia play in the AFCON, like World Cup qualifiers, I was like, bro, they're not that good. But
they qualified. They qualified on the most finesse way. That own goal was hilarious. So, fair play to them. And obviously, we want to see our boy Hannibal Mejri. That's the only reason I'm watching Tunisia play. And Kadri, I guess. But
Australia has some decent talent on the team, but again, like, I mean, if it wasn't for penalty save, I mean, Peru would have been here. So, so I think it's going to be France, Denmark, Australia, and Tunisia. I think Tunisia is going to come last.
Yeah, the France-Denmark game is going to be interesting because I honestly think Denmark could beat them. They did in Nations League, but that's Nations League. But I feel like Benzema's not up to fitness right now. I don't think he's fully fit. So I don't know if Deschamps will actually go with Giroud. Mbappe is Mbappe, but that midfield, how big do you actually think the loss of Paul Pogba is
and
for this midfield and Conte?
I mean, I think Camavinga and Tchouaméni are just insane talents. I just don't think they're ready yet, which is why you see Kroos play and Modric play more, because those guys are still better than they're going to be fine in the next couple of years. Supreme talents, those guys are. Just right now, are they at that level? This is the time when they want to step up and take that next level to like becoming the player that we know they can be. So, it's Rabiot's definitely going to play. We all know that. Again, that is definitely reverse discrimination. Is that? No, that's not the word I'm looking for. He's definitely a diversity hire. Rabiot's a diversity hire, and so is Hugo Lloris. So.
And do you think this is Deschamps' last World Cup with France?
100%. Zidane's taking over. We all kind of know that. I think that's an open secret at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, let's go France, Denmark. No, it doesn't really matter about third and fourth at this point.
Yeah.
Group E. I'm in love with this group. This is my favorite group. I've been hyping up Japan, my mini super team. I'm calling dark. I'm saying it right now. Spain are going home. I'm putting it out there. Spain are going home.
Bro,
Luis Enrique can be on Twitch. What's it called? Putting up his videos about tactics, but he's going home.
Listen, Japan has some sick talent. Like they have some plays. Even the plays they left back at home. Some of the guys from Celtic. Japan got some talent. They play Canada. They play Canada tomorrow in a friendly, but they got Germany first. I mean, so that's a very good way to start this group. So, I mean, take a look at some of the Japanese players that like stand out. I mean, obviously Daichi Kamada. I love Daichi. Said that on Shirtless Plantain Show. I'll take one Daichi every single day. Like I like that guy. Minamino is obviously one of their talisman over there. They also have just Takuma Asano's there. So they got some talent, man. They got some really, Kubo's there as well. So hey, listen, they gonna do some things, man. I like them. We also got another Brighton player,
Matomo.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that kid. Yeah. That's a special player right there. Man United, watch this right now. Go get him. I don't care if he has to be back up to Rashford. We have like 95 million left wingers, but we can add another one. It's fun.
Leaving Rio Hatate at home was a choice. I think Rio is really good, but hey, man, they're talented. They're very, very talented over there. So
yeah, but obviously, when you're looking at this group, Japan's hype. We got to talk about the big boys. Start with Germany. Redemption. That's the key word for Germany this World Cup. It's redemption because they got to make up for what happened to them in 2018, which was, I'm sure, an embarrassment to German football. Hansi Flick is taking over. Obviously, would you consider that an upgrade over Joachim Löw, especially in the year 2022?
Yeah, I think the world of Joachim Löw. I mean, of Hansi Flick. I think he's one of the best managers in the world. Germany did a madness by getting away from Bayern Munich, so fair enough. And their squad is pretty young. I mean, they're gonna get some experience like Mokoko and Gnabry and Musiala, Sade. I mean, they got a lot of potential in the attack. It's just, again, their midfield is just where it stinks. It's like, yo, there's no Toni Kroos anymore. So who are you gonna play midfield? I'm like, Germany doesn't have that standout German center back anymore. Like
that's true.
Rudiger's Rudiger, but just like it's not. It doesn't feel like Germany. Like back in the day when I was watching Germany, like the Ballack's and stuff, like, and the Lothar Matthäuses, those are grown ass men who, like, by the time they were 10, they had the deed to the house already. So it's like now you got these guys like Kai Havertz who still need their handheld. It's like, bro, you don't go from like a grown ass man in Ballack to Kai Havertz. No offense to Kai Havertz, scored in the Champions League final, very good player, but Kai Havertz is not a Michael Ballack. He's not a Lothar Matthäus. He's not one of those guys who's gonna like die on the line for you. So, we'll see.
Yeah, I guess the closest thing for them is Kimmich, probably. I'd say that's probably like the closest thing they could get to it. I mean, their midfield is three. They'll probably go out with Kimmich, Gundogan, and Goretzka. I'm not a big fan of Leon Goretzka personally. I think he's very overhyped on Twitter. But still a decent midfield three. But the attack, like if Kai Havertz is their starting 9, I'm a little worried for them because I don't rate Kai Havertz at all. This guy has fallen off the face of the earth ever since he went to Chelsea. I know he scored the Champions League winning goal and everything, but still. But Musiala, I'm sure we're all excited to see him because he might win the young. He's gonna be probably the best young player in this tournament potentially.
Kid's already played 100 games for Bayern Munich, and he's only 19.
That's rare group. That's rare company to be in. That I'm sure. Obviously, him and Pedri are going down that CES group where they're going to be playing so many games by the age of 23.
With what's it called too behind them, Jude Bellingham.
Yeah.
Listen, what's crazy about Costa Rica before we get into Spain? These guys,
I hate that coach.
They got Kevin Navas coming up. Brian Oviedo's still there.
Joel Campbell still there.
Yep. And I'll give you one more who they captain at 37 years old. Brian Ruiz is still there.
I hate that guy. Obviously, if you remember the 2014, they knocked me out. I still haven't. That's the last time I cried over football when Gekas missed that penalty. That's the last time I cried over football. I still remember that game till the day I die. So I wish them nothing but 5-0 losses. Personally, no offense. And I really hope they get loose. But Spain, obviously, their manager's elite. Luis Enrique is one of the best him and Hansi Flick are the two best managers going to this tournament. But that squad, that attack just screams mid.
Yeah, I mean, Ansu's obviously Ansu, but like Sarabia, Olmo, Jeremy Pino's sick, Nico Williams is sick. But it's just like Ferran, Asensio, Morata. It's like doesn't really stick to me. Like it's not.
Where's my David Villa at? That's what I want to know. Where's the Fernando Torres? Where's the David Villa at? Their midfield's obviously still world class. Till the day we die, Spain are going to be producing world class midfielders. That's just heritage at this point. So obviously Pedri and Gavi have taken over. Sergio Busquets apparently still going to start. I don't think that's a smart decision. That's a bold.
Choice.
That's a choice. Starting him over the best DM in the world in Rodri. And how do you feel about them using 2 left-footed center backs?
It's weird, but whatever. That's their own thing. It's not my country. I don't care. Like, it's weird as hell. We know you left like two left center backs. It's awkward, but that's what Spain does. It worked for them. They qualified for the World Cup. So
what would you say as your final?
Germany, Japan, Spain, and Costa Rica.
Let's go. I like that. Let's go with that. Japan hype. Group F. This is another interesting group. I actually like Group B. I think anyone could top this group because Belgium have fallen off the face of the earth. So let's start with Belgium. Obviously, I think their golden generation has kind of died down because Eden Hazard is not Eden Hazard.
Yeah. I mean, they still have Lukaku. They still have KDB. They still have Yannick Carrasco. But, but I don't know, man. Like, they just never moved me like that. Canada's going to shock some people. I don't know if they're going to get out the group or not, but Tosin Buchanan moves me a lot. I call him Timbit Sane. He reminds me of Sane so much. Very, very good player he is. Obviously, Fonzie's there. Ike Ubo is there as well. So they got some talent. Jonathan David as well. So I don't know, man. Like, Croatia's Croatia. We can talk about them all day and the issues that they have, but they're just sick. Croatia's sick. They made the last World Cup final. Morocco's got some talent, but I just don't think Morocco's talent is on the level of the first 3 we mentioned. So,
yeah, I agree. Honestly, I'm gonna big up Croatia a little because my best friend is a Croatian, so he sends me Croatian talent every day. Obviously, it's the last dance for Luka Modric, who is aging like fine wine. This guy's still top 3 midfielders in the world, even though he's 37. Unlike other 37-year-olds that are doing interviews with Piers Morgan right now. Who else do they have? Brozovic, like we said, the million itches. Their attack is still a little questionable. That's probably that's the one question mark that we're all gonna have. Where are the goals coming from? Orsic, if Orsic sees like a London club across from him, he might start scoring. You never know. Petkovic, Kramaric, but that midfield is just quality. Brozovic, Modric, Kovacic, and that midfield 3 is gonna run rings across like the Moroccos and the Canadas, which I think they'll actually. I think I pick Croatia to top the group. Yep. In my opinion, I think Belgium, like we talked about, KDB is KDB, but Lukaku's not Lukaku. He hasn't played that much this season. Hazard, starting Hazard is honestly a choice for me. Like I would start Trossard. I would think about them differently, but
yeah, I think it's gonna be Croatia, Belgium, Canada, Morocco. I think that's what's gonna be. Just the first 2 just have too much talent. So if Canada does qualify, I wouldn't be shocked and say that much.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Canada-Belgium game, Alphonso Davies might go off that game because I don't know who's keeping up with him on Belgium.
Yeah.
Thomas Meunier, like, let's be serious here. Yeah. Group G, this is basically the 2018 World Cup group, except you substitute Costa Rica for Cameroon. But obviously, let's start with our favorites, Brazil, Joga Bonito.
I think Brazil's talented everywhere but fullback.
Alex Tejas, man. Oh, my God.
Tejas. Who else is the other left back? I think it's Alexandro.
That guy's
bad. Then they have Danilo and Dani Alves. So they're very, very weak center backs. But last couple games I saw Brazil play, they had, what's it called, a right back?
Militao. Yeah.
Right back. They had Thiago Silva and Marquinhos as center backs, and they had, I think, Sandro at left back. The team kind of puts itself, and this is what I was saying about, I see a lot of people complaining about Fred being there, but Fred plays really well for Brazil, the same way Richarlison plays like Romario for Brazil. Like, you got to watch these teams play at international. Like, it's a different game. These players are just different players. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if we see Casemiro, Fred, Neymar's 10, Rafinha on the right, Vinny on the left, and then you see Richarlison up top. I think the team kind of picks itself. We'll see a little bit more of Lucas Paqueta as well, but Brazil, man, like going into this, they're sick. They've been scoring 3-4 goals like every other game, so they're talented over there, man. And they obviously got the best goalkeeper in the world, and Alisson, which I grit my teeth to say, but Alisson is the best goalkeeper in the world, and they're talented from top to bottom except for fullback. So every team has their Achilles heel. Argentina's they're too narrow, but Brazil's they have no fullback. So we'll see.
Yeah, I had this question. It's been all over the timeline today. I answered it. Who do you think Neymar is the most important player at this World Cup?
What do you mean as far as importance? Like, what does that even
mean? Like for me, I say he's the most important because he has the most to gain / to lose. Do you agree in that aspect?
Yeah, Neymar Neymars legacy's on the line, which is weird because Neymar's an all-time player. But his legacy on the line is like highly like, are you gonna be one of the talisman who leads Brazil to a tournament? If Neymar wins a World Cup for Brazil, he's never gonna pay taxes again in his life in Brazil. They'll pay it for 100%. Never pay taxes. But I have a twist for you in this group who's gonna qualify.
Okay, let's go.
It's not really a twist because
I think you're gonna go with Serbia. I'm assuming.
It's gonna be Brazil, Serbia,
Switzerland, Cameroon.
Cameroon.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Cameroon does have a good goal scorer in Eric Maxim, and he's been doing well this season. But Cameroon's so chaotic, man. And shout out to Liez. I know Liez is pissed when they lost to Cameroon.
I've never seen such head loss on Twitter in my life. Yo, he was fuming.
Yeah, that guy lost his damn mind. Switzerland got a solid team, but I just don't see Switzerland breaking down Brazil or Serbia. Like Serbia has probably the most talented front two in a tournament, maybe. Yeah.
Bro, they have a cheat code. They literally have a GTA cheat code. They have Kostic crossing to Mitrovic and Vlahovic. That's a cheat code.
Nonsense. Like how you gonna allow that shit to happen? And like look at that team. Like they got a 6'8" goalkeeper in Vanja Minkalovic-Savic. I mean, their team kind of like, again, it's another one of those things like all these players and all these itches kind of pick themselves. So you got SMS there. You have Dusan Tadic. I mean, obviously a little bit older now. You have Kostic. Ivan Ilicic is there. Marko Grujic is there. They just, they're really, really talented. I mean, you got Mitrovic, Jovic, and Vlahovic as your strikers. That is stupid.
So good.
That is so stupid. But yeah, I mean, I think that I'm going to be pulling for them as my dark horse in Serbia. So
yeah, I agree with you because like when we talk about Denmark, like Denmark, I agree with you. Calling Denmark a dark horse like feels so weird to me. So like for me, I picked Japan, like Serbia. I actually do. I tweeted about that. It's a little cheat code for me. So it's a very interesting group. But if Brazil don't get 9 points, I'll be shocked. Honestly, like they should be comfortable. But the Serbia game might prove a little difficult for them. It might be a little difficult to break them down. Neymar's gonna get roughed up. Serbia not an easy team to play against. They're gonna rough you up. Same with Switzerland. Granit Xhaka's in a good form, but it ain't 2018, 2014 anymore where Shaqiri's going to start pulling out bicycle kicks like he did in Euros.
That's MLS Shaqiri, man.
Yeah, Chicago Fire. Is that where he still plays? Chicago Fire?
It is, yep. Still there. Last group, man. Dude, I'm going to give you some hot takes in this.
Group it. All right, let's. Who do you want to start with?
Start with South Korea.
I start with South Korea.
South Korea is one of my favorite teams in the tournament. Kit-wise, they got the two best kits in the whole entire tournament, the black and obviously the red ones. Nike just laces them with just absolute like fire gear. So South Korea, kit-wise, they're going to be the best team in the World Cup. They don't score too many goals, but they're just solid overall as a team. Obviously, we mentioned Kim Min-jae, who's been one of the best center backs in the world this season. Absolutely sick. Son is their captain and the talisman. They also have overall, they're just a good team. There's most of it. It's like they don't have, obviously, they got the two individuals in Son and Kim and Lee Kangin, which I think Lee Kangin is talented, a kid from Mallorca. Yeah. So they play really well as a team. If they qualify and go far, I mean, don't be shocked. They're one of the teams I have my eye on. So, and just the South Koreans play a really, really good brand of football. Them in Japan, they just really, really efficient. So, yeah.
I'm gonna keep an eye. Obviously, Heung-min Son and Kim Min-jae. Kim Min-jae, I'm keeping a close eye on because I want him at United. Come next. Obviously, ADL probably not gonna make it easy for me because that's the most stubborn owner in football, but is what it is. Let's go with Ghana next. Shout out Sarfo and everything. Do you see them doing anything?
First and foremost, let me say this: Nigeria should be flogged in the public square. There's no way how we should have lost to this Ghana team. This is arguably for me. The most talented Nigeria side we've had in a very long time, from top to bottom. I mean, fullbacks aren't our strongest point, but I mean, we have Ola, we have Bright Osei now, we have Tyrone Abui, so it's not the strongest, but like Nigeria should have beat Ghana. And it was 1-1. Obviously, we lost on the away goals, but I just don't see them as a talented team. I just don't see it because you're hating. Like, no, like I think Ghanaians know it too. They're not the strongest, and especially in a group like this. You got to play South Korea, Uruguay, and Portugal, bro. You might as well be packing to go home because Jesus Christ, I need to see who Ghana's playing first. Like, I'll find out for you right now.
I'm pretty sure it's Portugal.
They play Portugal first?
I think so.
And that's why Portugal plays Nigeria tomorrow because Portugal definitely wants to play against the African team, which is some Columbus ass shit. But Portugal, Ghana has Portugal, Korea, and Uruguay. Like, talk about getting fucked. Like,
well, Uruguay, they're gonna be up for sure. Certainly, they're gonna be up for that game. I think I can see them winning that game because they're
fuck no. Valverde and Bentico is gonna put their midfield in a chokehold, man. Those two.
Really hope it does. To be fair, obviously, because certain someone plays in that guy named midfield. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, Ghana. As much as I love for Sarfo and a couple other my mutuals, I would love for them to do good and everything. I just can't see it either. Inaki Williams, I mean, he got called up, so that's an improvement. But if I see Jordan Ayew on that pitch, I'm automatically saying Ghana's losing 3-0 because that is disgusting.
You're going to see Jordan and Andre, my boy. So
I'm going to see, Jordan Ayew is one of the worst footballers I've ever seen in my life in the last 3 years.
Things is, I forgot which one plays it was Jordan plays Crystal Palace. The coach said he doesn't see
Jeffrey Schlupp,
Jeff starts every other week or every week. So that was a good thing. I mean, they do have a good right back in Terry.
Yeah.
Mohamed Salah, who's called up. Alexander Djiku has been very good for them. Daniel Mate is there. Obviously, they have number 5, who, we don't mention his name. Mohamed Kudus is going to shock some people. Well, if you watch enough of him,
Yeah, Suleiman as well.
Daniel Kofi Kaira, I really like him as well, the guy from Freiburg. So, I mean, they have some talent, but it's just, when you look at the other teams, it's just like, I mean, even Ashaiku, who plays for Sporting, is very good. So, the talent is there. I just don't see it coming together against these teams, man. But if they do shock them, I'll be glad to eat crow. I'll say that much.
Fair enough. Let's move over to South America, Uruguay. Last dance for their 2 strikers, Luis Suarez and Edison Cavani. And they got the other one coming through the wings, Charles Darwin. Everyone's favorite Premier League player at this moment because he is pure chaos.
Bro, you don't know what you're going to get from him. Facundo Torres is there from Orlando City. Facundo Pellistri, who may not should have been playing, but whatever. Obviously, in midfield 2 is going to be Bentancur and Valverde.
Araujo got called up, but I don't think he's ready to play yet.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
There. Man United legend Varela's there. Martin Caceres is still there, bro. Martin Caceres is still there. I don't know how he's there.
But I remember using him in FIFA 15 when he was like on Juve.
Yeah. Fernando Muslera is still there as well, man. Like,
the Howler last World Cup.
Muslera has been in goal since 2009.
Wasn't their coach there for like 30 years or something like that? He was there for like a long time.
The legend that coach was there. So,
what do you thought? Like, do you think that they qualify out of this group?
I think it's gonna be Uruguay and Portugal that comes out of this group. I think so. Let me think. I think it's gonna be Portugal and South Korea. But I don't know. I just have a sneaky feeling South Korea is gonna come out, but it's gonna be one of Uruguay and Portugal is gonna come out with them.
Yeah. Well, after recent developments, I hope it's Portugal coming out. I'm praying on their downfall, pretty much. As much as I love Diogo Dalot and Bruno Fernandes has got on my good side lately, but due to certain reasons, which we should just talk about, obviously Portugal. It's the last dance for CR45, Tiorani.
Homelander.
3 months ago, I would have told you I wish he scores 5-6 goals in the tournament and goes far, but right now I hope he scores 0 goals. I hope the chefs in Portugal, they mess up something because he's got upset stomachs. The chefs in Carrington got him back in blood after he dissed them. But obviously, this is a very talented team. But for me, their downfall is not even Ronaldo. It's their coach, Fernando Santos.
He's such a stubborn old man.
I would know. He used to coach my country, which I'm proud. I'm happy for him. He took us to the round of 16 in the World Cup. But that's his level. It's not Portugal, with all due respect to him. But what are some players on Portugal that you're really excited to see if he starts them?
I'm upset that Rafa Silva retired because his goal against Juventus is one of the most disrespectful things I've seen in a very long time. That had no respect for them whatsoever.
Good.
Palhinha, again, what he did against Man United, I stood up and clapped in my living room, man. What a player he was. Obviously, want to see Bruno do well. Bernardo Silva's there. Ruben Neves, who I call it NFT's there. Matthias Nunez is also a good player. Tavio's another good player. But I'm really excited to see Antonio Silva, man. The kid is dynamite. Him and Nuno Mendes. Want to see Diogo Costa in goal. And I'm a big Rafael fan. I think the word of him. But again, it's Fernando Santos. I don't know if he's going to play Leao. I don't know what he's going to do. But those are some players I like on this Portuguese team.
Yeah. First of all, shout out Rafael. Certain men on Twitter, a.k.a. Ebe, will tell you that Rafael is very mid. And will tell you that Anthony Elanga is better than him. But anyway, shout out Ebe. Rafael, obviously, he got blessed. Diogo Jota's not there. So he's pretty much getting forced into that starting spot. So it was a blessing in disguise for him.
Yeah.
Bro, I like Fernando Santos. Like Antonio, if Antonio Silva starts, I might actually change my mind because he's so good. I hope Man United are looking at him and Diogo Costa, bring them both to the theater.
Mm-hmm.
That's brilliant. But Fernando Santos, I know that guy. This guy's gonna go Danilo Pereira and Ruben Diaz, and he's gonna go William Carvalho at DM like it's 2016. I don't understand this old man. Because Paulinho, I agree with you. I clap, but this guy on the same pitch with Casemiro went toe to toe with him.
And he
did well. But yeah, I can see like Moutinho. I can see Moutinho. Did Moutinho get called up?
Let me double check. I don't think Moutinho's there. No.
Oh, never mind. Oh, thank God. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised that João Moutinho didn't get called up. I'm not gonna lie with you.
Only thing is like Renato Sanchez didn't get called up, but it's like I'm not really shocked.
He didn't play that much this year for PSG, so.
Yeah.
And Portugal are stacked with talent. I mean, more of it's coming up. Like names like Fabio Carvalho didn't get called up. I think Fabio Vieira got called up from Arsenal. Vitinha did. Vitinha did. Maybe one of them. I was confused too.
Yeah.
But it's a good team overall. I'm gonna go with Portugal. You said Korea. I'm gonna back you with Korea.
Yeah.
Why not? Round of 16 time.
Okay.
We got Netherlands versus USA. Are we gonna cause an upset? We got Netherlands. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Argentina. This is actually a really good matchup, but yeah.
Yeah, Argentina's gonna beat them. Germany, I think, will just inch over the line against Belgium. Brazil's gonna beat Korea. England, Ecuador, 06 World Cup, but give me England over Ecuador. France over Poland. Croatia's gonna beat Japan, and Serbia's gonna shock Portugal.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Qualifiers, they qualified over them. Quarterfinals are stacked, by the way.
Insane.
Netherlands, Argentina.
Netherlands gonna beat Argentina. Argentina's gonna beat Netherlands. Yeah. Brazil's gonna revenge for 2014.
7-1. Yeah.
England's gonna beat France.
Fair. Wow.
Yeah. And I have Croatia beating Serbia. This is civil war.
That's gonna be a chaotic game. That's good. I actually hope that matchup happens. That's what World Cup's all about. Like, just history and everything. The semifinal that should be the final. Unfortunately, not the final. Which everyone wants to see Argentina Brazil final. Which I don't think it's ever happened in history, right?
Nah. Give me Brazil over Argentina in penalties.
Who's missing a penalty? Do you think Messi misses?
Yeah, I think that would be delicious for a narrative. Messi missed the penalty. Man,
give me a rematch.
Give me England over Croatia.
All right. And you got Brazil.
And Brazil's gonna win the World Cup.
By the way, if this ever happens, Talk Sport, I'm coming directly after you if Neymar wins a World Cup against England. Oh, that's so delicious to go against Talk Sport. I hope that, what's his name? Jason Cundy? Oh, I hope you watch that and you relish Neymar's greatness.
Obviously, this is some like real hyperbolic predictions, but if this is the World Cup that we get,
it's the bracket, yeah. It's a good World Cup. It's narratives.
If this is the bracket we get, boy, we are gonna be in for some trees. So
yeah, the bracket's weird because like Brazil, Argentina, and France are all getting on one side most likely. Unless France don't win their group, then they go thrown to the other side. But England again get lucky. I don't know how they do it, but they always find themselves on a favorable draw in the knockout stages. But that's the luck of the draw, as they say. So we both have Brazil. Last quick little predictions. Who's your player of the tournament?
Neymar.
Golden Boot.
Richarlison.
Wow. Jamie Carragher will not be happy about that. Young player of the tournament.
Ooh, that's gonna be tough. Man, I'm going to give that to Jude Bellingham.
I mean, if England make it that far, then that means Jude must have really had a good tournament. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's any other award. Golden Glove, no one really cares about. No offense to goalkeepers, but
that'll probably go to Alisson.
Yeah, probably Alisson. But yeah, it's gonna be. And then who's the one player that will their stocks will what's the one player that's gonna get a big January move because of the World Cup? There's always that one player.
Oh man, probably someone from Ecuador, someone like Sarmiento or something like that, or Saicedo, someone like that, like real low key team, real root and grind. That's just real. I'm out here busting my ass, and someone's gonna look at me. So we have another Benjamin Pavard. Let's go a banger, and they're gonna take a risk on the play. So
yeah, I mean Liverpool have really linked with Moises Caicedo, and they need midfield. So if Caicedo really shows out, then I could see them finally pushing in that money for Moises Caicedo. Excuse me. But yeah, that's pretty much it for anyone that's going to tune in. Obviously, once I drop this, that's our World Cup predictions. Obviously, it's a little chaotic group, but I'd rather have that than the typical stale 1-2 Germany, Spain. That's kind of boring. We need chaos.
We need absolute chaos as well.
Especially since we're going to be about 5 a.m. for these games. I ain't waking up at 5 a.m. to see some stalemates. I want to see action. I want to see World Cup banging goals. Obviously, finally after the group stages, the times are kind of normal. They're like 10 and 2, which is much better. 5 a.m. is just ludicrous times. And just the one game that I want to ask: who wins between England and USA Black Friday?
Ooh, man. For the banter, I need USA to win. I got a couple of jokes for you guys, couple of memes, but my heart of hearts, man, I think that England is a little bit better than America right now. They're better than them. So, but again, like Greg Berhalter and Gareth Southgate, you know, in the office, like where they had Michael and they had Brent, they're really the same person. Like those two are like the English versions of each other, like the English American versions of each other.
It's a really good analogy.
It's literally what they are. They're Brent and Michael. That's what they are.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, personally, I'm not really rooting for USA this World Cup. Like, I hope they do good, but I'm full Brazilian. I'm doing everything for Brazil. But that one day, I need them to beat England, just so I can go on Twitter and at every single person with the bald eagle. I don't even care, man.
Just tell everybody get out of my country.
Yeah, bro. You know, I'm not gonna say this. I'm not gonna say MAGA. I'm not sure.
It's real. I'll say it for you. It's real MAGA hours. Get out my country. My country.
But if USA gets smacked, I'm not going on Twitter that day. I'm just gonna go do my shopping. That's all I'm gonna do.
It don't bother me. I'm American. So I win either way that day. You know, I'm still.
Yeah, that's true.
So whoever wins, I'll be so shameless. I will leave my passport out and sing "God Save the King." I don't give a damn.
But yeah, obviously 22 World Cup, and then obviously the next one's gonna be in our turf next time. It's gonna be in America. Obviously, God knows what's gonna be by then, but it's gonna be a lit one because everyone's talking about the rotations going New Jersey, Philadelphia, Texas, Florida. If Florida still exists by 2020, hopefully it actually doesn't exist by 2026.
Oh
but that's a long time away.
Man, that 4 years. So it's gonna be an exciting time, that World Cup, man. Bringing it back stateside. Yeah. So, you know.
And obviously you'll be covering it, and hopefully by 2026 I'll be covering it as well. Hopefully Greece are in it, because I'm gonna tell you something. Probably for Nigeria too, bro. If Greece does not make the World Cup when it's in my area, I'm gonna be so frustrated.
Yeah, I mean, there's more African teams, so Nigeria has a little bit of a better chance. But
yeah, I mean, Osimhen is gonna be like, God knows how good by 2026. This guy's gonna be scoring 50 goals a calendar year by 2026, and hopefully he's doing it for Manchester United and not Napoli by that time.
Yeah, ADL, let him go.
Yeah, and obviously, a little last thing, obviously, because even though we're both Man United fans, can I get your quick thoughts on Homelander's interview?
It's childish. It's petty. It's unnecessary. United don't need that distraction right now. But it is what it is, man. Homelander is Homelander, and I can't wait for him to go. I think he's done. I think he knows it too. Like, this is, you know, we saw United pull down the what's he called, his picture.
Yeah, allegedly that was for rugby though, or cricket. One of the two. They have like a tournament. Yeah, allegedly.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, my guy. But I appreciate you so much for having me on, man. Listen,
yeah, bro. Thanks for coming on, of course.
Always, man. Always. So appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, and then I'll obviously plug your stuff as well for the people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, if you want to follow me, my @ is Nigerianscamss with 3 S's at the end. The reason why that is because somebody has the one with 1 S. Due to Shirtless Plantain Show, we at on Twitter, we're at the Plantain Show. We got a lot of crazy stuff lined up for you guys. I'm also work CBS Sports Golasso, so you could probably tell it's me when I'm on the account. But yeah, man, it's what I do.
You can tell it's you.
Yeah, so I do a lot of like literally all I do is a whole bunch of soccer shit 24/7. So that's where you can find me on those accounts. So
yeah, I'll put the links in the description, obviously. And then for me, obviously my Twitter is there, the YouTube, TikTok is there. I need to get 1K TikTok followers. I need to start doing lives. Yo, TikTok lives are fire. That's where it's at. And then articles, of course. I got a Japan article coming out for Urban Pitch today or tomorrow. And then the rest is just World Cup content.
Yeah, perfect. So,
man.
Follow Mike, man. He's been doing some great stuff over there. So
Appreciate it.
Of course.
And yeah, thank you again for coming on. We're gonna do more. We'll collab again, surely.
Sure.
And then, yep, that's pretty much it. Thanks for everyone that tunes in, and peace.
Peace.